What kind of role do you feel in Slovakia, in your experience, what kind of government investments are also needed to be able to provide a foundation for the right kind of job creation?
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me. Yes, I am Prime Minister of Slovakia, fourth time, and probably it is expected that I should be polyhistor, but I am not polyhistor. I am practical lawyer, practical politician, and I asked my experts on labor market to prepare for me some documents for today's discussion, and I have to say that I do not understand the text because of, as I say, language of the tribe, I do not understand. So please allow me to be very practical and allow me to use very simple politician language, how I see challenges of the labor market in my small country, country that is the member state of the European Union, and that is member state of NATO. First of all, since I've been in politics since 1990, 34 years. So as a politician, either in the opposition or in the government, as a prime minister, I faced a lot of challenges. First of all, we had to transit country from the socialism to capitalism. It was very painful transformation with terrific impacts on the labor market in my country. Because you know, the life before 1989 was completely different from life after 1899. Secondly, there was the privatization in such an extent you cannot imagine. All strategic firms, banks, everything was privatized. And I have to say that we do not have in Slovakia very strong Slovak people in business. First of all, foreign companies are absolutely predominant in the Slovak economy. Then, of course, we entered the European Union, 2004. You know that the freedom of movement is one of the most valuable pillars of the European Union. So people really can travel, they can find job opportunities in other member states of the European Union. Then, of course, crisis in 2009, 2010, with a terrific impact on the labor market. Then COVID, and then a war in Ukraine. Because we are a country, neighboring country to Ukraine, and immediately after the war was opened, thousands and thousands of people from Ukraine crossed borders and entered Slovak territory. A lot of them, of course, continued to the Western countries of the European Union, but a lot of them stayed in Slovakia. They work, they live in my country. Of course, it has also an impact on the labor market. Before I will be very concrete about the situation in Slovakia, very briefly, please understand me, I am a leftist politician. I am socialist. I was born in the family of a worker and a shop assistant, and I really believe in these values. So please understand me that I don't see a labor market as any technocratic issue. This is for me very important social phenomenon. This is also, for instance, for me is not political goal to have a deficit 3% or public debt 60%. This is only instrument for me, because I think that first of all we should do our best to help people to have a better living standard. So my question always is not what people can do for labor market, but what the labor market can do for people. This is my approach to labor market in the country. Look, it is very difficult to predict what will happen in the next few years. Could we predict war in Ukraine? No. Could we predict COVID? No. Could we predict crisis in 2009? Everyone informed us, everything is perfect. Don't be bored, everything is perfect. In 2009, it was crisis of, huge extent. So, what I, as a practical politician from Slovakia, can say is this. First of all, we have a lot of old people in Slovakia. And we need approximately 100,000 workers from abroad. So first challenge for my government at this moment is how to attract those people from abroad. So we are going to adopt a lot of laws. For instance, laws that will shorten period in which those people can obtain all these permissions to work and live in Slovakia. Of course, we also are ready to adopt a lot of attractive laws, how to adopt rich people to Slovakia, to invest. You know, we say it's a law on golden visa in Slovakia, and this is instrument that is sometimes used in countries of the European Union. So this is the first challenge of the labor market in Slovakia. Secondly, because of this digitalization, because of this artificial intelligence, it seems to me that offer that is coming from schools, from secondary schools and from universities is not sufficient for requirements of business.
Right.
So we have to, accommodate what business really needs. But it's very complicated. It's very complicated because, a lot of traditions in the education. It's so difficult to change all these rules and regulations that we have. So I believe that we should use the most powerful tool we have to solve these issues, and this is social dialogue.
Absolutely.
Please, I absolutely believe in social dialogue. I love tripartita. We say tripartita in my country. And I know that if there is good dialogue between the government, the business, and workers represented by trade unions, it works. If you ignore tripartita, if you ignore social dialogue, so it doesn't work. So
right.
I really believe that it is very difficult to organize or to prepare some plans for a long time. Look, the unemployment rate in my country is about 6%. But the majority of those people that are unemployed are long-term unemployed people without any qualification. This is not a secret if I say that we have a lot of social problems connected with the Roma, gypsy people in Slovakia. It's about 8 or 9% of population in Slovakia. And total majority of people belonging to this minority, of course, are long-term unemployed people. You will not believe how it is difficult to organize anything for them, just to persuade them, just to include them into labor market. So this is for us a long-term challenge. But anyway, I think that something will happen as usually. So I really do not have any plans for 15, 20 years. I have, as a practical politician, concentrate on issues that we have now in Slovakia.
Yes, Prime Minister.
Excuse me, there is one practical experience from my country concerning what you have mentioned, Amanda, that there are people ready to cut their income because of some advantages connected with the home office. Few years ago, we wanted to open issue in my country of 4-day working week. Of course, we were immediately rejected by business that it is not possible, not at all. And of course, COVID has changed everything, because even now I know a lot of firms in Slovakia that simply continue, and they leave people at home. They realize, those firms, that it is very economically effective to leave people to work in their flats, apartments, and houses. And it's funny now how the opinion of business is going to change as far as 4 days working week. Now, after COVID, as they see those advantages of people working in their houses and apartments, they are more flexible. And it seems to me that Slovakia can, in a very short time, belong among those countries that will introduce, as an experiment, of course, for the beginning, 4 days working.